We are QOTD, and you're watching the QOTD Daily Recap Show. QOTD is the question of the day show. It's the game show that lets you be on the air, and you can join us right here on the air right now in the Daily Recap Show by recording your own video answers to our awesome daily questions.
And you can also join us by voting for your favorite answers to determine who makes it to the weekly Big Show Championship. That's on Thursdays at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time.
We're going to show you how you can make it on the air with us for Thursday's Big Show. And we're also going to take a look at one of our favorite fan answers to today's question, which has to do with gifts that come from the heart.
Oh, speaking of gifts, everybody should give themselves the gift of subscribing to our channel. Just click on the subscribe button and you will get our question of the day first, the second that it comes out. And it's a way to sort of improve your chances of making it on the Daily Recap Show or onto the Thursday Big Show by recording first, and then all your friends will vote for you. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, thank you very much. There's the thought that counts. I think that I also love expensive gifts too. Just putting that out there for everybody.
If somebody was thinking about getting you a gift?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind if it were, a little proportional to your tax bracket, if you will.
No, I'm not above a certain amount of greed, but unlike on the gift side, I totally disagree with you. Honestly, I really think it's the thought that counts.
Yes.
Well, before we get into it, let's actually get to the question of the day, shall we? All right, what's the most thoughtful gift you ever got? Who was it from? Again, I'm just saying, people remember, I think anything that gets somebody to remember you is always a good gift in my book.
Yeah, I think that, I feel like of all the gifts that you can give, if I were to give you a car, or if I were to give you a house right now, you probably wouldn't remember that and appreciate it. The same way that you would is if a really well-written card. Don't you think?
No.
That's the theory.
Yeah, I mean, only one way to find out, I guess.
Well, before we get too far into the discussion around gifts and versus cards versus expensive gifts, we should first take a quick detour to look at one of our favorite fan answers, because we've already been getting them from across the world, and what better motivation for you all, our wonderful viewers, to record your own answers than to watch an incredible one that someone's already sent in. So receiving the honor of the gift that keeps on giving, we have Blith's answer. Let's take a watch.
Hi, I received a gift from a friend a few years ago while I was traveling away, and she had collected letters from all of my friends, my family, and put it together in a book with pictures of each one. And I still have it. It's probably been 10 years, but it's the sweetest gift I've ever received.
Yes.
I rest my case.
Uh-huh. I received a very similar gift like that. I used to put little Post-it notes in my daughter's lunchbox every day, or lunch bag. And they used to say things like, good luck at the game, or you'll do great on the test, or smile, I love you. And she saved them all for years. And then when she graduated high school, she put them all on a big board and gave all those thoughtful thoughts that I had for her right back at me.
That's just adorable, right?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in giving gifts when you're not supposed to give gifts, just because you're thinking about somebody. So, obviously there's holidays and birthdays and anniversaries. And if you're a friend of mine or my wife, that I'm going to forget those things. But I'll be walking through the store and I'll see that set of collector's glasses for your favorite hobby or something like that. And then you will be presented with those Dukes of Hazzard glasses or whatever it is. I think that the idea that you're thinking about people when you don't have to be thinking about them, when it isn't an assignment, and then you're coming up with something that's special for them, I think that's what makes gifts really awesome. IMHL.
I agree. I do. All jokes aside, I just think any kind of gift that shows that, you paid attention to the little things and the details, or the things they brought up in passing that nobody thought anything of in the moment. It's no, I was thinking of you. I remembered it, and here you go.
And effort counts too. I'll tell you guys a story. The best gift I ever got. So my wife had this dog, this I don't know, it's a Spinoni. I don't know if you know it, but they're like 80-pound like bird dogs. And she loved that dog, and she trained that dog, and she spent a year just making it like do all of its stuff, sit, retrieve, etc. And then one day I was going backpacking, and she drove me out to the trailhead, and then she just handed me the leash. She says, here is Otis. He is your dog, your backpacking dog. And it was like, and then we went off and we had like a couple days in the wilderness and like totally bonded. And then that became my dog. That was the best gift I ever got. Oh.
Fully trained, ready to roll.
Exactly. Just add kibble.
Yeah, wow. I'm trying to think. I can't think of that. That is just like an absolutely insane. Well, also like the planning that has to go into that. You were talking about effort. That is.
It's a year.
Wow.
It's a year.
Insane. I'm trying to think.
But
I think
all evidence, notwithstanding, I guess she loves me.
I would say that's a pretty fair assessment of the situation.
Yeah. But JJ, no gifts, huh?
Well, okay.
What do
I'm
you want?
thinking. Well, because I've already gotten I have the greatest friends. I have a lot of really great friends who give me a lot of really great gifts. But like, I kind of have to go with what's right in front of me because there's a reason why it's up on my wall. It is a poster for a movie that I got called Everything Ever All at Once that I got from a friend, and that friend is Reed. And it's a movie that it stayed with me, and the poster means a lot. So to just have that on my wall, it's just like, oh, it means so much. I love it. It's an amazing gift.
Wow, Reed, good job.
Yeah.
Yay!
See
I'm
the
not so
tear.
bad. Funnily enough, JJ actually also got me a movie poster of a movie called Pearl that I really love, and it is also hanging on my wall. So we just get each other.
We do. And funny enough, I also have a poster of Pearl on my wall because the first version of the poster that I got a little ripped up, and so I kept it. No, who doesn't love a good gift? In summary, gifts, get them, pay attention to the people around you, and make the effort because it pays off in the end.
Gifts that keep on giving.
Exactly. Well, we've gone through some really great gifts for this question. I think we all have amazing answers, but today's question is not the only one you can answer, and for that, I will turn it over to Reed.
Yes, there are tons of questions from this week, all equally great. So let's head back on earlier this week and look at some of the QOTD answer leaders. Starting with the top 3 answers for Friday's question, what's the best advice you received that you'd like to share with the world? And, sometimes the best gift of all is sage wisdom.
Yeah, and actually, I gotta say it that I think that there's a lot of like profound wisdom in these answers. I liked all of them. I particularly like Andre's, but I like them all. On Saturday, our question of the day is, what is it about your family that makes them so special and wonderful? Talk about giving gifts, right? Having the right family, even when they're like a little crazy, even if they're a little bit different, even if there can be a little bit of trouble, they are still the most important gift that you'll ever receive. We have 3 awesome answers that are showing up right here on the leaderboard. These are the ones that you have voted for as your top answers, but it's still early in the week. You can record your own answer or maybe vote on some other ones that you really love, and they can make it to the Thursday Big Show.
Yes, they can. Speaking of family and great gifts, we move on to Sunday's question, which is what makes your pet the best pet in all the world? Everyone knows that their pet is the best pet, but now we're taking evidence from you. We're going to have an ultimate decision about whose pet is factually the best. So send in those answers and make your case for us.
And here are the top 3 answers for Monday's question. If you could hire a skywriter for one day, what's your message to the world? This was a great question. We got a ton of responses. Some people had some little words of wisdom, some funny quips. We got all kinds of answers. They're all great.
Buy me gifts.
Give the gift of your life wisdom. Like your collective wisdom of every experience you've ever had, and just boil it down to 4 words. That's what we want.
And my 4 words would be, buy me a Rolex.
There we have it.
There you go.
Well,
Now that we've gone through the other questions for this week, to further motivate you to record answers for these questions, because you can still record answers to any of this week's questions so far, we have another amazing answer highlight, this time for Saturday's question, which was, what makes your family different and wonderful? So receiving the honor of favorite family forever, we have Brianna's answer.
I could go on and on about what makes my family unique, but I would definitely have to say we are different and wonderful in our own individual ways. And I think collectively we make an awesome bunch. So I think what makes us different and wonderful is that we're all different and wonderful in many different ways. And together we're just even more unstoppable.
I love it.
Different.
They're all like differently cut, like parts of a puzzle, but then they all squeak together.
Mm-hmm.
Whole, like the gang on Friends or the Scooby-Doo bunch, right? They're all very different, but without all their differences, they wouldn't be able to go off and solve mysteries the way that they do. I love it. Very touching.
Well, fans, you've got 2 days left to submit your very own answer for your chance to appear on our Thursday Big Show. That's our super fun finale, hosted by Keith J.J. Reed and I, where we go over the best videos of the whole week. It's every Thursday morning at 8:30 on YouTube, Twitch, and right here at beyondtheair.com.
To record your answer for that big show, you can go to beyondtheair.com and you can click the orange record button under our 24-hour live game stream. You can still answer today's question or any of this week's other questions to tell us about the best gift you've received, what makes your family so special, and for your chance to join us on the air.
When you're on beyondtheair.com, you can also give the gift of stars to the videos that you think are best. It doesn't cost nothing. It's just a way of letting us know who you think are the very best. And here's the best part is that when the videos that you sent stars to move up the leaderboard, you move up the leaderboard as well, with a chance to show up right here on the daily recap show, maybe even on the Thursday Big Show. And it's a way of kind of sharing yourself. It's a lot of fun. Play the Guess and Bid game at beyondtheair.com.
Well, thank you everybody for giving us the gift of your time and attention this morning. And a special thank you to everybody who's already voted, and recorded their own answers so far. We are QOTD and Be On The Air as always, signing off, and we'll see ya on TV.
Bye everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
The gift of your viewership.
Yes.